I want automaton integration. Give me better automatons. Better automatons means more steel every day, which means more of the things that we're stumbling to get. I want better automatons. And I think I'm going to engage foremen today as well. How are we doing economy-wise with regard to food? Coal is... We're still getting almost 2,000 extra a day. Food rations, you know, we're only consuming 428 rations per day. We're pulling in enough raw food to make like 1,200, so we're good. Everybody's getting medical treatment. Everybody is housed. We're getting 126 steel. We're actually getting 225 steel and 438 wood a day. Wow, we're getting way more wood than we need. Are there more refugees anywhere? There's another fucking pile of refugees, though. Okay. How many of these? Jesus, that's another 70 refugees. Go get them. You're coming back with coal? Where are my steam cores, though? I was told this outpost would produce steam cores, but it is not producing steam cores. Where's my other outpost team? Hold on a second. Do I have to come over here and like form one? Those guys are getting coal. What are you doing? This outpost manages transports from Tesla City. One steam core arrives every 1 day. You know, you say that, but I'm not it's been more than a day and I'm not seeing my steam cores coming in. Why is that? Winds Peak gonna start turning away refugees? I'm not. It's a bug when you sent them to get iron? No, I mean, they should be... They're definitely not producing steam cores, that's for sure. Maybe we dismantle this outpost and then let them come home? It's got to be something to do with the fact that they didn't come home. Where's the other outpost team? It must be something to do with the fact that we had them dismantle one outpost and send them back to another outpost without actually having them ever come home, maybe? Although I can't help but notice that now the coal team has disappeared. So what's that all about? Also, we have to build way more houses now. We should also, in case these people get unruly, we should build another guard station. Just to, that's going to cover most of these houses. And then we have to build, we still have to build more freaking houses. We need more steel. We need like 2. Come on, game. Give me 2. United people under a strong leader have nothing to fear. Yeah, build another house, though. Okay, now we're out of steel, so we may have some homeless folks for a little while. How much coal have we got? 4 days worth. Seems like we had 4 days worth a little while ago when... Now we have plenty. Coal lasts for 3 days, 14 hours. Food, our food is acceptable. I'd like to upgrade to the industrial hothouses that we researched, but we're not getting our steam cores. Where's that other outpost team? I don't have to dismantle both of these, do I? And have them both come back because it's some manner of bug? I bet that's what it is. Yep, that's exactly what it was, chat. We're going to have both of our outpost teams come home and redispatch them. That's going to set us back a little bit. Pete acts all cold and heartless, but he accepts everybody in his city. How can we survive in cold like this? What are you talking about? It's comfortable in literally every location in the city that isn't currently being staffed by an automaton. Speaking of which, we can shut that heater off. Okay, you know what? This gathering post is the one place it's kind of chilly. The rest of the city is fine. Everywhere else is perfectly warm. Damn Skippy, we got work to do. Also, by the way, I can't help but notice that you guys could really use a foreman. And you could also use a foreman. And you could use a foreman. And I'm thinking maybe over here at this workshop, you guys could probably use a foreman. There we go. How come you guys are not working at 100% capacity, by the way? You know what? Okay, give me foreman out at the steamworks. If the foreman can make the robots work faster, that suits me just fine. You need workers, huh? Well, we have plenty. You can begin policing your fellow residents. Coal supply is still going up, so I guess we'll build some more resource depots. A couple more of those. Now we're just waiting for our outpost teams to come back so we can dispatch them and have them start bringing me steam cores. I'm going to need those. I got all these stupid asshole children who won't lift a finger to help. By the way, hey, asshole children. How come you're not storage limit reached? So we need, like, more gathering posts. First off, children, you be fired. Maybe adults will gather better. We need to build another gathering post over here because we have coal that is not being gathered. It says this is working and it's producing 27.6 coal per hour. So is that. So is that. So is that. And so is that. All of these places are producing coal. Can we get one gathering post that overlaps both of these coal piles? We can. Be there. And you know what? Here. Be there. I don't want resources going idle. Build street. Why can you not build street there? Fine. Build street here then. Now are you happy? That should be enough to keep this coal under management. And we can assign children to that if we want. Speaking of which, any more refugees out here? These guys are closing in on the city. Anybody else? I don't see any currently. $13,000 coal stockpiled. And stockpile more. There we go. Automaton 2, baby. That's more steel per steel. Now what? What's automaton redesign do? Makes automaton super cheap, but we're probably not going to build anymore without steam cores. We could make them even more effective if we had 80 steel. Faster outpost teams. You know what? Yes, actually. Faster outpost teams. That seems like a really solid pickup for us right now. We're having some issues with our outpost teams. Let's just make them move faster. What do you want? A letter of thanks. Sir, an engineer is here to see you. He has a letter from his team.
My work has asked me to deliver this. They're plain people, so it reads like bad poetry, but there's the gist of it. I want to thank you, sir. The sight of this automaton working tirelessly in the inhuman cold where previously they toiled and suffered is something worth living for.
I'm glad to hear that. Hope will rise slightly, but it's already at the top of the peak. I appreciate my people appreciating me, though. It makes me feel good to know that I have built a machine that slaves on their behalf. Formerly, they slaved in the coal mines, and now there is a machine that slaves on their behalf. I love the fact that it's minus 60, by the way, and, like, nobody even really seems to care. Everybody's like, yeah, you know, minus 60, it's, you know, it's cold, but I'll just throw on a sweater. The town is well serviced with heat. Workers over here. Do we have any work? Okay, if you're workers, be engineers instead, because we have a bunch of idle engineers. Also, do we have any workers who are working in a hothouse? Like, a hothouse should be staffed exclusively by engineers, and it appears that they are. I'd like to have coal thumpers being worked exclusively by engineers also, if possible. So, like, you have just regular workers, so now you're staffed by engineers. And that looks okay. Seems fine. We have 103 unemployed people, most of whom are children. Some of them are going to get jobs over here when this stuff comes online, though. How come only 4 people are sick? Oh, right. We had half of these people that joined our city came in with fucking Ebola. Warmth in Pete's heart, maybe warm salt. Blood has salt in it. Blood is warm. I'm a cold-blooded bastard, but, you know, even I have limits. I am the one who has a town that's largely built entirely on the backs of slave labor. Don't forget, chat. People in my town, oh, those kids, they be slaving. Also, I think our street is broken here. Yeah, there we go. What do you need? People? All right, there you go. You're working at 90% effectiveness? Good enough. One person is sick. Jim the Ebola monkey's over there coughing on people and licking doorknobs. Why aren't you working? Oh, we're... You know, maybe we could afford to build another storage facility that just stores food.
It's time for rest.
I mean, you're not allowed to rest, though. Not in my town. Let's build another food depot. Not for raw food, because we still haven't filled up our raw food depot. We have about a day of raw food. I don't think that's right. I'd hate to have Pete for my boss. Hey, I work just as hard as the rest of the people at my place. Like, I work probably as hard or harder than my bosses. I expect more from myself than I do of my subordinates. Faster outpost teams is research. It's about damn time. Maybe they'll finally make it back. What's next on the agenda? We never have to look at the heating tree again. It's done. Boosted scout sleds. We don't care about how fast our scouts go. We also don't need additional scouts. The automaton stuff is all... What's engineer automatons? That lets automatons in workshops, in fact... Nah. I like the idea of machines researching machines, though. I'm not... We could research round the clock, though. I didn't think about that at all. That would be round the clock research if we had our automatons capable of engineering. That's tempting. Instead, I think we're just going to do efficient gathering. We've got gathering posts that are not picking up coal. Let's make them pick up coal faster. And both of our outpost teams should be back very quickly, which means we can send them back out. I'm going to wait until both of them arrive. I want my steam cores, damn it. P sounds like he'd be a fair boss. He hates everyone equally. This is an accurate assessment, chat. We got more. Are you going out to get these refugees, scout team? I think they're coming back with refugees, which means this scout team is doing nothing. Go intercept those refugees, I guess. Outpost Team 1, you're coming over here to Tesla City, and you're going to set up an outpost. And this one is going back to the coal facility, and you're going to begin bringing back coal. Everyone is now working. Okay, acceptable. I better get my damn steam core. That's all I'm going to say. Also, we're going to need to build more homes. No, that's not where I wanted that. I don't want that there. Cancel that. No skip spaces. We don't need gaps. Here, you know what? Just build a street over here too, and then we can fill the interior of that with resource outposts. Refugees, the second wave. Another huge group of refugees has arrived. They're in even worse condition than the previous one, many of them victims of frostbite, and they talk about it as a huge storm coming from the south.
Nancy led us north because his years exploring the Arctic taught him to survive here using natural resources. Nobody could have guessed what was coming now. Should we let him in?
I mean, yep. Everybody's welcome. I built these houses for a reason. We might as well have somebody come in. The sick problem, though... We got a lot of ill. We could triage some of these... Oh. What do you think about that, chat? Now, there's an idea. We could triage away some of these sick because we're going to have another influx of goddamn Ebola monkeys coming in roughly how long? Not that long. What are these guys? 12? We got another influx of Ebola monkeys coming in 12 hours. And Kevin Spacey is disgraced and doesn't get to work in Hollywood anymore. Rene Russo is retired, and I think... Well, Cuba Gooding Jr. is still around, and Dustin Hoffman's probably doing something. So we've got half of the Outbreak team. Do you think we can do it without Kevin Spacey and Rene Russo, though? I'm not entirely sold. Let's hope we can do it without Kevin Spacey, actually. Give me another resource depot. Why did you not connect these two streets? I said build a street. Did you just not finish? No, they definitely didn't do it. You lazy bums. The people of this town, I'm telling you. God damn. Also, your street is also not connected, huh? I definitely built street over here. Build the street! You guys are the ones who complain that you want to, oh, we can't do anything without a street. How's our temperature gauge look? Our city has changed shape considerably. We're still fine. This building is a little cool, but it's just a resource depot, so it doesn't matter. These two buildings... Ah, okay. Here's the problem, actually. This coal thumper and this gathering post, even when heated, are actually problematic. I don't want to build another steam... You know what? I think we're just going to let those be cold. I do not want to build another steam. It takes too much coal. Is food going down? Yeah, but only because it's nighttime and our cookhouses aren't open. The food will go back up as soon as the cookhouses. People just got off work. They went to grab a bite. Kevin Spacey, Rene Russo is there in Outbreak. Yeah, I mean, you saw the monkey kill Patrick Dempsey and everything. You're storing food rations. And you are storing coal. Do you guys remember Patrick Dempsey? He was also in Outbreak. He was the guy who died. Coughed blood on that little girl on a plane and killed her too. Patrick Dempsey not only died in that movie, he was also a fucking murderer. Smuggling illicit monkeys into the States and getting people infected and having Donald Sutherland try and firebomb a town. That was all Patrick Dempsey's fault. I'm really tempted to triage. If we get another pack of refugees and they overflow our medical center's ability to deal with them, I think we will probably triage. Let's check our economy very quickly. We're still gaining 332 total raw food a day. We're still gaining more food rations than we're using. Our coal production is actually higher than it's ever been. We have 11 people who are untreated. Really? So the question is then, do we build another infirmary? You know what? Let's just build it. I don't want a triage. I'll just build an infirmary. It takes a steam core, though. Nah, you know what? Fuck that. I'll build a new medical facility. You Ebola monkeys, that's it. I'm at my limit. I'm not building you another infirmary. The infirmary is too good.
We'll beat you cold and hunger. United we'll prevail.
We should thank our captain for that. Damn, Skippy, everything you have is it's all because of me. All that you are, all that you ever will be, it's all the responsibility of my swift actions and decisiveness. Never forget. Also, you know what? Gestapo time. Guards, go and check and make sure that everything is in order, please. And by in order, I mean that everybody is adhering to the laws and mandates of the Perfidious nation. We can pass another law. I don't even know what laws we want at this point. We could let people duel in the streets. I guess that'll weed out our population a little bit. Oh, the triage law we don't even have. You know what? It's tempting. Does passing soup make people... It immediately lowers hope. And raises discontent. But if we get into a food crisis, we could switch to soup for a little... You know what? Yeah, it's fine. Actually, doesn't soup unlock moonshine, too? You know what? Give me the soup. I forgot about the moonshine thing. We're going to introduce the soup law, not because we want to serve people soup, but because we want to make moonshine. We're going to make some of that a sweet of corn liquor, chat. It's right. We got some refugees down in America from over in Arkansas, and they know a thing about making that sweet corn shine liquor out in that moonshine shack. You just got to build them a shine shack, Pete, and they'll have everybody drunker and shit in no time. Get some engineers over here. There. Now those sick people should come up. Now we have one person who is sick and not being treated. And you know what? That bastard's just going to have to suffer. I'm sorry. I've done everything I can do, sir. There's nothing left. Wait for someone to get well. Try not to die while somebody heals. It's my best advice to you. Probably a lot of the people who are getting sick are the ones that are working over in this factory that's just stupidly cold. And it's also only getting colder. Why are you waiting? Build outpost. There you go. Done. I want my steam cores. I need my steam cores because I would like to put an automaton in this factory that's making everybody sick. Fishing gathering has been duly researched. So coal mine rationalization. Like, we have so much coal though. We could insulate that gathering post. Don't hate that idea. Insulate our hothouse. What is hothouse selection? Hothouses, industrial hothouses are more efficient. Flying hunter's gear. We could insulate our healthcare, infirmary. Oh, you know what? We should do house insulation, actually. That's probably like the most useful, is just insulate our homes. You should do home insulation. Okay, Chad agrees. Where's that last wave of refugees? I want them to... There they are. Yep. Nope. Never mind. Oh, they got him. That's 60 more people we got. That's 60 more people we gotta feed and 60 more people we gotta house. Can't you people do anything for yourselves? Is it everything have to rely on me? Show a little initiative. Okay, let's check our economy. How are we doing on housing here? I have 2 vacant beds. So we have to build 6 freaking houses. Alright. We have enough area in the hot place. Like, this area is heated. We want to try and keep as many of these as we can within the guard radius. There you go. There's all 6 houses. Put a stupid street down. I'm tempted to build a pub over here and just throw some... You know what? I'm beyond tempted, actually. Give these people a public house. These people deserve some liquor. They've had a tough one. They've had a shit week. They've had a shitty week. Let's give them... How come there can only be 1 pub in the city? Well... What a jip. Jesus. I'm sorry, people. There can only be 1 pub in the city. I didn't know. I feel... What kind of city only has 1 bar? You guys are ready to build your steam out? Okay. Do it. Produce steam cores for me. What kind of city only has 1 bar, though? I've grown to despise my own town. A maximum of 1 pub? This simply will not stand. What law or statute did we pass that only allows us to have 1 bar? Like, that... It's unacceptable. So you guys are hauling back coal. Our steam core building just doesn't work? Let's keep an eye on that. Maybe it only produces a steam core if we don't have steam cores? We have an outpost there, but it doesn't seem to be doing anything. It has never generated a steam core for us, that's for sure. Let's pay attention to the date and the time. So it's day 31 at 1500. If we get to day 32 at, let's say, 1800 hours, so like 6 p.m. If we make it to 6 p.m. on the 32nd and we haven't gotten a steam core yet, we'll know something's up. Okay. All houses are now +1 heat level. I feel like food is going to start being a problem soon. Let's do hothouse insulation. And you know what? Let's do this too. Let's test our steam core theory at the same time by doing something useful with our last steam core. We'll upgrade one of our hothouses to an industrial hothouse. This one is next to an agitator, so let's do it here. And then we also, I think, oh, 3rd wave. Everybody's welcome. Okay, come on in. What looms ahead? Sir, now we can clearly see what the refugees were running from. The Great Frost is coming. We have to prepare. Our scientists say they can calculate the severity of the storm from observations. They just need a day or 2 to prepare their instruments and install them in the beacon. Alright, so what did that unlock? Anything? Not really. The storm and city readiness. Okay. Research beacon, stereoscopic lens. Got it. So we have 51 sick, 10 who are gravely sick. We have so many sick people who are not being treated, though. I suppose we could build... The infirmary takes a steam core. We don't have any. I just used my last one. I guess we could build another medical outpost. Where can we wedge it? We could stick it in here next to the coal thumper. That doesn't seem especially healthy. We could wedge it in here, I guess. Or just, you know what, here. It does cut down on the potential for future housing, I suppose. But I kind of feel like we've maybe hit our limit on the whole refugee thing. We have a whole bunch of people already who ain't doing shit. Speaking of which, we probably are going to need some more hunters as well. Can I build another hunter's hangar? Yeah. This thing is very big, but it does fit nicely right here. I don't know what we're gonna do about all these sick people. I really don't. Like, there's no more room at the inn. I'm sorry. I'm gonna have to Mary and Joseph your asses. Send scouts now. Send scouts where? There's nowhere for scouts to go. Oh, no, wait. There are 3 new places. Never mind. The Ice Crevasse, the Deep Hollow, and the Snow Burrow. Okay, go check out the Ice Crevasse, I guess. And you can go check out, I'm going to guess, the Snow Burrows. Seems reasonable. The interrogation.
Sir, we've just finished interrogating a group of suspected subversives, and almost all of them are ready to sign the Pledge of Loyalty. Just one man resists. He says that he won't do it. He can't report on his family and friends, and that we have no right to compel him to cooperate. What should we do with him?
Force him to sign. The man may get hurt. We can't imprison him because we don't have a prison. You know what? Let him go, but... I don't really care if the man gets hurt. Force him to sign. I'm not super concerned if one man gets injured. He'll just be one more sick person we can't heal. There we go. So there's our upgraded hothouse. It's producing how much food a day? We don't know because it's closed. I'm keeping an eye on our raw food totals. And it looks like some of our sick people are actually close to being healed. Does it tell us this person is terminally ill but being treated? Terminally ill, terminally... How many of these people are terminally ill? Jesus Christ, they're all terminally ill. Terminally ill, terminally ill. Terminally ill. These people are all terminally ill. You know what? It's time. I'm sorry. Triage is getting signed.
A new law has passed.
It has to be done. And not only does it have to be done, but, like, we're going to immediately enact it. You can have some workers, that's fine. Get some engineers, acceptable. 50 people are being treated. I would like to triage them. Okay, where's our medical center? If you can't get back to worse fast, you're useless. I get that. That's not it at all. It's just there's so many of you refugees, you're overwhelming me. We gotta cull the herd, Jimmy. I'm sorry. I don't want to do it, but you know what? I don't have a choice. My hand is forced. Where's our medical facility? Like, we built an actual hospital somewhere. The infirmary. Yeah, you know what you're going to do? Triage this shit. Oh, holy shit. Triage is terrible, though. Okay, we never want to do that. Like, we need to send out the guards. The doctors will just pick who lives and who dies? That's scary. Agnes, that's what doctors do every single day, though. That's basically their whole of their job description, is decide who lives and who dies.